I got cats on my Christmas sweater today. Meow. Today I am very excited for this tutorial. I'm very excited. Again, my lighting is kind of dark because it is just the gloomiest month ever here in Memphis. I don't really know what's going on, but it is day 4 of Craftmas. Cloudy day or not, we are going to have some Christmas fun today. If you guys have watched my previous 3 tutorials, you know that I am doing 5 tutorials this week for DIY Christmas gifts, and today's is probably one of, if not my favorite tutorial of the week, and it is Brandy Melville inspired painted flannels. Now you guys might have seen these on Tumblr, on Instagram, or on Brandy Melville's website. Kylie Jenner is seen wearing them a lot, and I have wanted one for a really long time, and then I realized that I very easily could make one, and so I decided to make them for you. Now I actually made 2 of them. The second one is the 5 Seconds of Summer logo on the back of another plaid shirt, and I just think these are a great gift for someone who, maybe your friend that's a little bit edgier, or your friend that really loves a good flannel, because who doesn't love a good flannel? So if you want to see how I made these wonderful, beautiful flannels that are still wet, be sure to stay tuned and see how I did it.
Now you need something to put paint on. You also need some 8-inch stencils. I just got these from a craft store. You need a sponge brush. You're gonna need some t-shirt paint, and then of course you're gonna need your flannels. I just got these from a thrift store. Then you're just gonna lay your flannel out flat on your workstation, and you're gonna place your stencils whatever number or symbol you want it to be. And I chose 13 because I love Taylor Swift, and I'm basically just going to position these, and I'm gonna move them around a lot just because you wanna make sure that they're perfect and that they're lined up with the seam on the back of the flannel. Then I'm just going to take some of my paint and swirl it around on the back of this magazine just because I can throw it away and it's easy. Then I'm going to take the sponge brush and I'm just going to fill in the stencil. This is just as easy as it sounds. I'm just going to paint over it, and I would suggest using more of a kind of stippling motion, just because it's going to make your stencil not move around as much, and your t-shirt's going to stay in place so that it's not shifting around and making things difficult for you. I'm also using the magazine sort of as a weight to keep my stencil from moving, and it really helped. And then once I've done one layer, I realized that it probably needed a second, so I just went right back over it with another layer of the paint. Then just move on to the next number. I suggest if you're using a straight line that you go from the bottom up. It just helps the t-shirt not move around so much. And then you can kind of just stipple around the edges, again, just to make it look a little bit cleaner. But these really don't have to be perfect. They're meant to look a little bit messy. So I'm just putting on a second layer. And then you're just going to gently peel off your stencils, and you will see that you are pretty much done with this. The only thing that I did was I went in and kind of touched up some different areas on my number 3. I fixed some of the places where the paint had kind of pooled, and then I just kind of straightened out the edges and went in and made sure that I, cleaned up anywhere that needed to be cleaned up, or anywhere that kind of looked like it needed another layer of paint. And then you're pretty much done. Just fold this up and set it off to the side to dry. Now you're on to number 2. For this one, I'm going to do the 5 Seconds of Summer tick mark logo. So I basically just found a long strip of stencil and cut it out. And then I'm just going to make 4 lines on the back of this shirt, pretty evenly spaced out. And then I just switched over to another one when mine got a little too messy. But I'm basically just going to do that, and then I'm going to take the same stencil and I'm going to go across like you do when you're making tick marks or tally marks, whatever you want to call them. And you can see that this is obviously not long enough, so when I get to the end here, I'm basically just going to shift it up and extend it just a little bit. So it's super easy. And again, this isn't going to look perfect. You can see a little bit of paint splatter, but I think that makes it really cool. So just to go around and kind of fix it, I was looking at a picture of the logo and realized that the tick marks kind of varied in size. So I just went back and fixed them, and then went over and touched up anywhere that looked like it needed touching up, anywhere that looked like it needed an extra layer of paint. And that is it for this tutorial. This is the final product. I really hope you guys enjoy this and that you will try it out for yourself. I am so excited to wear these and to give them away as gifts. So if you like this, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in just a second.
All right, I really hope you guys enjoyed getting to see this really super easy and super quick tutorial. I think in total, these maybe took me 15 minutes to make. Now they do have to dry for, the bottle says 24 hours. So be sure that you let them dry for 24 hours. And then it suggests on the back of my screen printing paint that you run them over with a dry iron and like a piece of cloth. So you put the cloth over where you painted and then put just an iron on top of it to set it after you let it dry for 24 hours. So if you enjoyed these flannels, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you make any of these gifts by tweeting me or Instagramming me. My links will be down in the description as well on the end card. And use the hashtag Craftmas. I would love to see if you guys made any of these. In the meantime, my name is Parker, this is Stories in the Dust, and I really hope you'll stick around a while. Bye guys.